Hey guys, it's Carissa, and today's Friday, and I don't normally upload videos on Fridays, so today is a special day. It's a YouTube hop for mixed media. We've got an amazing lineup of artists and sponsors. You can find all the details below on the description box, but just know that you want to subscribe to each channel and comment to be entered to win. This is my channel, Inky Fairy Designs, and this is the project that I'm going to be creating with you guys today. So I normally work in my art journal, but today I decided that it was a special day and I was going to pull out one of these canvases that have been taking up room in this little compartment that I have full of canvases actually that are just blank, staring at me, calling at me, taunting me, making me, feel like a loser because they're all blank. But anyway, I decided to pull this one out. It's pretty cool. It's got 3 partitions, 3 portions of it, and I'm going to create the canvas all together, all pushed together, but I could hang it on the wall kind of separated. They could each stand alone as well, so it's pretty cool. These are the paints that I initially pulled out by Dino Wiggly Media. I have Olive, Sedona, and her new blue color Peacock, I think. So you'll see how it all kind of comes together. I end up using the Olive and the Peacock, but Sedona did not really jive with me on this canvas with those other colors, so I end up going over that one, and I didn't even use lemon. So these canvases are just like the super cheap ones that I got at Michael's. They were on sale, and they are primed, but I go ahead and put a layer, just a thin layer of gesso on them anyway, because that's how I like to start. It's kind of just my thinking, starting, okay, this is going to happen phase is when I put gesso on anything. But while you're watching me put gesso on, I just want to say thank you to all of the artists who decided to join in this amazing hop. This was like a crazy idea that I had that I wanted to do. I had seen other YouTube hops going on, and I thought we needed to have a mixed media one. So I talked to my friend Dee Catron. I know I always say your name wrong, but Dee thought it was a great idea, and she decided that, well, after I begged her, she helped me plan this, and then we started reaching out to sponsors and companies that we have both worked with before, and I was just blown away by the positive response that we got for this hop. I mean, DecoArt Media is a sponsor, Canvas Corp Brands is a sponsor, Ranger is a sponsor, Blitsy is a sponsor, Alumilite, Viva VegaStamps, UnMounted Studio, 7 Studio, All and Create, Marabu, Carabelle Studio, Thermoweb, and Gel Press all said yes when we went to them and asked them if they would sponsor this hop that we've never done before. I've never put something like this together. I didn't know how it would be received, and I'm just so blown away and honored and humbled by all of their support. And then when I went to artists who I didn't know, I mean, I barely knew Dee, and I was like coming to her and asking her about this idea. And then I started emailing other YouTubers that I admired and just kind of loved from afar. And it was so nerve-wracking just putting myself out there. I am like, when you say introvert, I am like introvert of all introverts. A homebody. It was really hard for me to kind of put myself out there, but it was awesome, and it was so wonderful to see all this entire community come together for this hop. So thank you guys so much, and I'm going to go ahead and tell you what I'm doing here. So you can see I created like this really abstract background. I just put together some of the colors. You see I pulled out my card. I like to start that way. And this is where I kind of started freaking out. Adding the Sedona was like, oh my goodness, what am I doing? This is looking like crap. And this is this huge hop that I'm doing, and I'm creating this project for this hop, and I don't like the way that it's happening or the way that it's turning out. And then I added the yellow dots, and I was like, oh my goodness, this is really turning out bad. But it's okay, because that's what mixed media to me is all about. It's about pushing through some parts that you don't really like, and it's about pushing through the ugly to get to the other side. And you know, it's kind of like a life lesson, and I wish I would kind of listen to that a little bit more. But you know, you got to push past the hard parts and to see the beautiful parts, or to experience the beautiful parts. And so there's always a way to kind of get over that and fix things when you're painting. And I don't care if you're working on a canvas or if you're working in a journal. I'm a lot more comfortable working in a journal. When I'm working on a canvas, I'm a little bit more intimidated, because I feel like this I want to put on a wall, or maybe somebody will want to buy this, although I don't ever put my artwork for sale. But you know, it's just kind of that mentality, because it is a canvas that could be hung up. So I went and I started adding some white, and then I added a little bit more turquoise. I added turquoise because I needed a little lighter blue. The peacock and the olive, when they combined, they created this like crazy green color that I just really didn't like, but I was kind of working with it. And then blush is a color that I'm just really obsessed with right now. And I think that like it makes everything look better. So I decided to go over all of that red with blush. And as soon as I put that color on, I was a lot more happy and content with where this canvas was going. And so you know, you just got to play around with different colors. And I don't know why I am pushing myself to use these this olive color, but I am, and I've noticed, I have a couple videos that I haven't uploaded yet, but I've noticed in artwork that I'm creating that I'm really like using this color combination, and I am more of a blues and purples and pinks kind of girl. So I guess I'm just kind of pushing myself, and sometimes as an artist, I want to do that. Like I want to try to push myself into other color combinations that I might not normally do and see where it takes me. And in this case, I really love the end result. So I didn't like the yellow dots that I had put on, so bring in white or gesso. Totally, you can bring that in and cover up anything that you don't like. And then I kind of wanted to leave a lot of white space, which I kind of did around the edges, although it wasn't super as much white space as I wanted it to be. So that white helped me to bring that back in as well. So now I'm coming in and I'm using some texture stamps by Dina Wakley. This circle one, I think it's the scribble circles. It's like I'm loving right now. I just use it almost on everything that I'm creating, and I just really like it. I mean, I could create little circles myself, but I just love this stamp. And I'm using the Distress Ink archival, not the Distress Ink, the archival ink in Black Soot. So in case you're wondering what I'm stamping with, that's what I'm using. And I do always heat set it. For some reason, when I'm stamping it over like acrylic paints and stuff, it doesn't dry like as if I would stamp it on paper. So now I'm bringing in this Pebeo paint. It's one of my favorites. It's a Payne's gray, but it's like a super dark blue. I love it. And I thought about using Night, the Dina Wakley Night, but I really love this Pebeo paint, and I don't use it as much as I want to. And so I decided for this canvas, why not? I can combine different paint companies. It's my canvas. So that's what I ended up doing. And then I felt like it needed some darker spaces, and so I'm using that paint to kind of fill in and color in some of the circles from that stamp, leaving some of them open. So it was just kind of like a random thing. I wanted to bring in it a little bit, and then I really liked it, so I started making some crosses, some marks on my canvases, and you can see you know, I'm looking at this entire, like these three pieces as one total canvas, but I want to make sure that each piece individually has a little bit of everything that's going on. And I also want to mention that it is like a gallery, thick, wrapped canvas. So I do make sure I am bringing that color on all sides. So when it's hanging on the wall, you'll see that color kind of wrap around and it doesn't look like it just cuts off. So I want to, whenever I'm working on like this type of canvas, that's what I like to do. And then at the end, you'll see I end up putting, even like separating out those middle pieces and making sure that there's color on those in case I want to, hang them separately. So yeah, I am bringing in some of the white with this Posca, I don't know. I always say everything twice because I don't know if I'm saying it right the first time. But this is the white paint pen that I'm really liking right now. I love this one because it kind of catches on the texture of the canvas and the texture of the paint, and it just leaves these like little splatters. It's so awesome. I love it. You can really see it in the close-ups. And so I'm just kind of just doing a little bit doodling there, my little stars that I like to add. And here I am really enjoying where this piece is going. Like I could probably have stopped right here and been really happy with it, but why would I do that? So I decided to add these little like spheres or orbs or balls, whatever you want to think of when you look at them, but I'm adding them on my canvas, and I'm just doing 3 because like I like that, you know, the odd numbers and the power of 3 in painting and art. And so I'm combining that Payne's blue or gray that Pebeo with some of the turquoise to just lighten it up a little bit, and also a little bit of white. So it has all of those colors from my background on these spheres, but they're all it's all like blended together. And I'm just using this small paintbrush to kind of like go around the circle, and then the larger one I end up using my fingers. And I don't know if you noticed, but I do finger paint a ton when I'm working, and that's just my personal preference. You could do all of this with brushes. You do not have to get all messy with your fingers if you don't want to. I know a lot of people don't want to have the paints touching their skin, or some people have allergies and they can't. So you can definitely do all of this with paintbrushes. For me, it's just like a textile thing. I like to have the touchy-feely sensation when I am painting. So I like to add a little bit of a highlight with the white onto my orbs, and then I am outlining them with the Stabilo all-purpose pencil, and this is the water activated one. So I go around with some water and just kind of create some shading around the orbs. I could have brought that out a little bit more, like in hindsight. I always look at these videos and I'm like, oh, I could have taken that a step further, or maybe sometimes I could have stopped and not taking it that far. But I'm happy. I like the way that this has turned out. So I'm just kind of adding a little bit more shadowing, shading here. And now Marabu, they are one of our sponsors. I wanted to bring in a product that I have in my art supplies, and I love creating these splatters with their art spray. It's archival, or it's permanent, so I love using it, and it's also great with stencils. So here you can see I did the insides, and this one had to, I forgot about it, and so this is how quickly I did the middle part of the canvases, like the insides. I just really just kind of scraped some of that paint around. I did not even wait for it to dry when I came in with the blush color, and just kind of added some marks on there. Just, really quickly wanted to add a little bit of all of the texture that I had on the rest of my canvas on those middle spots. And so here I am like forcing myself to use this olive color. I don't know if I like it. I can't decide. I'm just like, I needed to kind of bring it out, I guess, more from the background. And so I added these little dots because it's fun to create these little dots with that bottle. And then I think this is the finishing touch here. I'm just adding some of this like scribbly text words on my canvas. Just some things that I am working through and going through. I added those words onto my canvas, and then I also used that same thing to add some more like outline my little orbs. Now off camera, the next day you'll see I actually was looking at this again and decided that I wasn't quite done, and so off camera I did some more doodling onto my orbs and added some more of my little stars, outlined all of those green circles with that white paint pen, and just added a little bit more dots and some more stars on my canvas, and then I felt like it was done. When I finished filming here, I wasn't quite sure. I was like, okay, I guess that's it, but I didn't have that like finished feeling that I normally get with a piece, but I was kind of done for the night. And so the next day when I woke up and I looked at it again, that's when I realized I needed to do something with these orbs, and then I was happy with it. Well, that's it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did like this video, please give me a thumbs up, and to be entered into any of the drawings for this hop, leave a comment below and also subscribe to my channel. I will be giving away a mystery box of my favorite mixed media goodies, including a journal, so you can start right away. And I love mixed media, so if you want to subscribe to my channel, I try to put out a mixed media video every Monday, and I also love watercolors, so I try to do that on Wednesdays, and sometimes I will put out a card making video on Saturdays, so you get kind of a little variety here, which I hope you will enjoy. So that's it for this stop. Be sure to head over to Connie's video right here. She's next, and enjoy the hop. You have a week to listen or watch to all these videos, so don't stress out. Watch a little bit every day. Leave your comments along the way, and I am so excited to have you here. Until my next video, stay inspired, be creative, and share that with others. Bye.